Hey everyone, and welcome back to episode 27 of my Create Mod series. Now today I'm going to go over on how to make a chocolate factory inside of the Create Mod. If you enjoyed this video, definitely feel free to like, definitely feel free to subscribe as I make a ton of Create Mod content. Now before I hop into it, I want to give a huge shout out to Evil Ryman in my Discord. He gave me his schematic for this design, and I was able to base my own design off of his. So definitely feel free to say hello to him in the Discord. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So everything inside of this chest is what you will need for this tutorial. Now there's a lot of items. So let me go through a couple different things. Everything at the top, you definitely do need. You'll see as I'm building it that this is not the most efficient version of a chocolate factory, but I'm going to show you on how a chocolate factory is set up, and then from there you can modify it to your liking on whatever you would need. And we're also going to go all the way down to a chocolate bar. We're not going to just make the liquid chocolate. I'm going to have it auto convert all the way down to chocolate bars. Now, everything else in here, such as these water buckets, these just need to be sources of water to power the water wheels. So you don't necessarily need 5 buckets of water. So you can kind of save some efficiency there. The slime ball can also be glue. These glass blocks and the pickaxe, this is just for me to get around. The wrench I recommend, but it's not required. It will make it so you can rotate things and change chassis and stuff like that. The cow spawn egg just needs to be a cow if you're in survival mode. And the coal is just going to be our only thing that we can't necessarily generate, or well, we can generate charcoal, but we're not going to do that inside of this video, and you'll see why. But this is just going to be used to power the blaze burner. But anyways, let's go ahead and grab all these items and we'll get started. So before I officially jump into building it, I want to go on how we get all of these ingredients into a bar of chocolate. If you don't care, just skip over the timestamps that I have laid out in this video. So the bar of chocolate is converted with a press with liquid chocolate, so not really too helpful. But then liquid chocolate is either a chocolate bucket being placed into a drain, or with a mixer that is heated with milk, cocoa beans, and sugar. So you're probably getting an idea of how we're going to do this. Though we're going to have a sugarcane farm that's going to be converted to sugar and used. We're going to have a cocoa bean farm that's also going to be used. And then we're going to have a cow that's going to generate our milk for us. And then we're going to have our coal to activate the blaze burner. So all of these different things is going to create the liquid chocolate. And then we'll go ahead and press it right into chocolate bars. So that's the idea and the process behind all of this. So to start off, we're going to go over to our left side. Now, I know that you're not going to have any of this built yet. Bear with me. A lot of this is just to make it so I can build this all off of memory, and a lot of it is you can change it out to whatever you would need. So on our left side over here, we're just going to build a cocoa bean farm. So what I have done is I've built my own version of it. There's much more efficient versions out there, but you don't necessarily need that much cocoa. So all I'm doing is I've placed jungle logs and made a 5, 5, 5, and 5 wall essentially. And then on the outside, I've left one space of a block, and then 3, 3, 3. And then this one is off-centered, and you will see why I've done this on purpose. So if you build this type of platform, it's just simply 2 blocks off the ground. And right in the center, we're going to place a windmill bearing. Now, you're probably recognizing this type of design off of like any of the farms that I have designed, and even some of Polar's designs. So once we have this windmill bearing, we're going to take a radial chassis. We're going to place that on top. We're going to go ahead and take a slime ball, and we're going to slime one side. And then we got to break a couple of these jungle logs really quickly. All right, so now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and take our linear chassis, and we're going to go ahead and place down 4 of them, just like so. So you can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And next we're going to slime both of these sides. So we slimed 4 there, slime 4 here. On the front, we're going to take our mechanical harvesters and place 4. And on the back, we're going to take one of our portable storage interfaces, and we're going to place it so it's facing the outside, like so. And then on these guys, we're going to take one sail frame, place it here. We're going to rotate him. Whoops. There we go. You want to rotate him so he's facing downwards. And then once you do that, we're going to take a chest. We're just going to place down 2, just like so. And we are basically done with the step. So let me do some configuration really quick. If we hop back up, we're going to take our wrench. We're going to first look at our radial chassis, and we're going to want to scroll wheel this down to 4. Now, you're going to already see that there's certain things already getting connected that we don't want to connect. So we're going to look at our linear chassis, hold left control, and scroll wheel all the way down to 1. And you can see that now it is only connecting to the blocks that we are looking for. So something I noticed is that we're going to actually want to break this jungle log right here. And just for safety reasons, we might as well break this jungle log as well. Now, I'm doing this because it will connect those blocks and start moving them. But if we've done this correctly, we can click on our windmill bearing and you'll see he'll start spinning around in a circle. So I'm just going to place a piece of glass here and we can replace all of our jungle logs. Now, which is really nice because this is now an entity. It's not going to collide with any of these jungle logs. So we're just going to take our cocoa beans and we're going to go ahead and place them all down. And this is now an automated cocoa bean farm. Nice and easy. All right, so all of our cocoa beans have been placed down. So our next thing we're going to do is we're going to place down our other portable storage interface because this guy is going to align with one of these blocks over here. And we need to basically output the cocoa beans once they're collected. So you can see right here, he is going to connect perfectly with this block. And we're going to take our portable storage interface and we are going to place him and we just have to rotate him just like so that it's activating, pushing towards this jungle log. Now, this jungle log is going to be in between the two portable storage interfaces. That's fine. It will actually connect them anyways. So next up we're going to do, place a chute on the bottom. I recommend right-clicking with a wrench so that it turns to the glass so you can debug this if you ever need to. Then we're going to grab some shafts. We'll grab our mechanical belts and we're going to place down one shaft and then go 1, 2 blocks out, another shaft, and then place our belt like so. So now we have a system that will grab our cocoa beans. It will then be placed onto our mechanical belt. You can see it's stuck there currently. And then once this mechanical belt moves, we need to place it into our basin. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a blaze burner and we're going to place him so that it's diagonal down from the mechanical belt. Now, I know you're probably looking at this going, but Rocket, how are you going to light this thing? There's all the blocks around it are blocked. That's fine. We're going to deal with that towards the end of the episode. So once you place that blaze burner, place a basin on top. And now once this belt is moving, it will throw the cocoa beans into the basin. And all we need to do is grab our mixer and place him on top like so. So quick thing, I just realized that I only said to grab 2 portable storage interfaces. I will correct that in editing. You actually need 4 for this next step, or 4 in total for the entire project. So we're going to work on the sugarcane now that our cocoa beans are now finished. So we're just going to go basically to the next spot next to the basin. We're going to grab our shafts and we're going to place down 1, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on the 10th block, place down another shaft. Now, we're also going to connect this with a belt, like so. And you're probably wondering, Rocket, why is this belt so long? You don't need it this long. This is just for my design that I'm making it very spaced out, so it's easy to see on how everything is transferring into the basin. So you can make this shorter, longer, whatever you're feeling at the moment. So we're also going to place a millstone right on top of this mechanical belt. Then we'll hop on up. We're going to grab a chute, place a chute on top of that. Grab a portable storage interface and place it so it is facing where our sugarcane farm is going to be. And we might as well right-click on this chute to make this transparent as well. Now, let me look at this sugarcane farm really quick. This sugarcane farm is going to look very different than many of the other designs on YouTube. It's a very basic one. It doesn't generate a ton of sugarcane, but we don't really need that much sugarcane because we're converting it to sugar. So you can steal this design that you see on screen now or come up with your own design. As long as sugarcane enters this portable storage interface, you will be fine. So we're going to go ahead and place down our sugarcane. There we go. So now our sugarcane has been placed. So our next step is going to be to take a windmill bearing. We'll place it right in the center, like so. We're going to grab a radial chassis and place him like that. Grab our linear chassis. We're also going to grab our slime ball, and we're going to slime that radial chassis. Place down our linear chassis like so. Slime this side, and place down our mechanical harvesters. Go to the other side, and we're going to slime this side. We're going to grab a sail, place it like that. We're going to wrench it. We're going to go ahead and grab a chest, place one chest here, and grab a portable storage interface and place them off of that. Now, we just have to do a little bit of configuration. As you remember, we're going to change this down to 3, so it's only connecting with these blocks. And we are going to look at this linear chassis like so, and we're going to hold left control and change it all the way down to 1 so that the entire design is only interlocking with its own blocks that it needs. Now that we've done that, we can go ahead and activate him. You'll see he will start moving around, he'll connect to the portable storage interface, and he will begin cutting down our sugarcane. So while we're over here, we're going to actually set up a power source specifically for the millstone, the mechanical belt, and it will interact with a couple other things towards the end. Again, you could choose your own power source for this entire machine. I'm going to use a couple different water wheels in different locations to power our machine. So feel free to follow along or come up with your own design. So right from the end of this belt, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in the 7th block, we're going to actually place down a water wheel with some water. So we're going to go ahead and place it right here, place down our water bucket. Then we're going to grab our shafts. We're just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then right here, we'll grab a vertical gearbox, place him down, grab a cogwheel, and place him down. And we'll also grab an andesite funnel and place it off of our millstone. So now what will happen is it will harvest our sugarcane, get placed into the portable storage interface, fall into the millstone, get grinded to sugar, and then be outputted onto our conveyor belt to go right into the basin. So we now have our cocoa beans up and running. Of course, not powered, but will be powered soon. We have our sugarcane up and running, and now we're going to go ahead and work on our milk. So it's going to be a little bit more advanced for this section. So what we're going to do is the other side of the basin. We're going to grab a mechanical pump and place him against it if I can place it correctly. So we want to place it so that the arrow is facing the basin, and we're kind of building this backwards. So it's going to suck in milk from some kind of contraption and get placed into the basin. So that contraption is going to be our item drain. We're going to place that against here. Now you're probably wondering, Rocket, how in the world are we going to get buckets to be placed into an item drain? So what's going to happen with this is we need to have our buckets get pulled from a conveyor belt, placed in the item drain, and then continue to go around a circuit that we're building. So we're going to grab our shafts and our mechanical belt, place down 2 shafts like so, mechanical belt. Over here, we're going to place down a shaft, 2 spaces, and another shaft, if I can place it correctly. There we go. And then mechanical belt this area. So now we have buckets that come in that have milk, get placed in the item drain, and then continue to move like so. One thing that we could do really quickly is if we grab our encased fan, we'll just grab a block really quickly, place an encased fan. There we go. Place an encased fan just like this so it's facing upwards, because we're actually going to use chutes in a moment to basically tackle this whole project. Now that we've done that, we're going to go over here, and we're going to take a chute, if I can find it. On this side, we're going to go 1 chute. We're going to go 1 chest. We're going to go a brass funnel. And then we're going to go ahead and place down a deployer. Now, our deployer, if I can place it correctly, we will want it facing towards the opposite direction. So not towards the drain, facing in the opposite direction. We also want to make sure that the shaft area is out on the sides, as that's how we're going to power this machine when we need to. Now, you're probably wondering, what is this glass contraption? This is going to be an area to hold our cow. So we'll grab our cow spawn egg, or you could just push a cow in here if you were in survival mode, and we'll place him in here. So this deployer will go ahead and grab the milk from the cow, and then it will fall into our brass funnel and continue to fall down. Now, one thing we want to do is we want to grab a bucket, and we want to right-click on this cow, and we will want to set our filter to this brass funnel. So it's not going to output just blank buckets. It's only going to output milk buckets. We can also grab our wrench and wrench this area in over here. Now we're going to go on top of these encased fans, and we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with our chutes. We're going to grab a shaft, and we're going to place him, if I can place him correctly, place him so that he is in this direction. We're also going to grab a mechanical belt and click on him, and then just don't right-click again for a second. We're going to go over to this area. We'll just climb up our scaffolding. We're going to place down 1 chute right on top of this deployer. Place down a shaft, like so, and then connect our mechanical belt. Now, you're probably wondering what I am doing, so let me explain on how this is all working. We'll convert these to transparent blocks so I can show you how this all works. So essentially what we have is we have our milk buckets. Turning to milk buckets from regular buckets, going into a chest is kind of a little storage area, just in case we had tons of buckets. They go down into a chute, get placed onto the belt, fall into the item drain, and then get blown all the way back up to the next belt. One thing that we do have to do, though, is we have to take an andesite funnel, and we need to place it so that it does get placed into the chute. So all we have to do, basically, is to power this side now. So before we power everything up, we've actually missed 2 different things. One is we have our blaze burner down here that we're currently not auto putting coal on him, auto putting wool on him, or anything along those lines. And we also don't have a way of outputting our chocolate. So right now our chocolate would be made in the basin and then it would just sit there. So that's not too helpful. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab a smart fluid pipe and we're going to place it against our basin. Now, you might want to leave out this little block right here for now, because what we're going to need to do is set a chocolate bucket as a filter. Now, you're probably wondering, well, Rocket, how do I get the chocolate bucket if we haven't even made the chocolate yet? If you just don't place this block just yet, and you wait until we actually generate chocolate in here, you can right-click with a bucket, place down the smart fluid pipe, and then place the filter in here, and you'll be good to go. But once we actually pull chocolate out, we need to mash this into chocolate bars. So we're going to place down a basin. We're going to go ahead and place down a mechanical press like so. And then once the chocolate bars are made, we want to output these guys. So we're going to grab a shaft here, go 1, 2, place another shaft, place down mechanical belts, and we'll place an andesite funnel on the chest. We don't need one on the basin. Once this belt starts moving, it will auto output onto our mechanical belt for us. But then over here, we can go ahead and now start solving our blaze burner issues. So we're going to take a deployer. We're going to place him so that he is facing in this direction of the blaze burner. Now we also are going to want to... All right, there we go. You want to have him placed so that the shaft area is facing out to the side and that he is pointing at the blaze burner. So now we just need a way to actually pull our coal into there. So if we go ahead and break these guys, we place our shafts like so. Take our mechanical belts and place it like that. We just need 2 andesite funnels like this, and it will now take this chest, which we can throw our coal in, pull the coal out, and place it right into our deployer for it to power our blaze burner. Now, as you know, with the blaze burner, you could also put wood in here. You could also build an entire setup to auto-generate wood like a wood farm, which I'll have that video pop up on the screen now. Anything along those lines to power our blaze burner. So I've actually realized I've made a little bit of a mistake. So as you can see, we have our basin here and we have our smart fluid pipe. But something we've run into is we're not actually going to pull out our chocolate here. So what we have to do is pick up our basin, our mechanical press. We'll pick up this belt and the shaft. And we need to use one of our mechanical pumps to actually pump the liquids. So we're going to rotate him. We're going to grab a basin, place it there. Mechanical press on top, and then it's literally all the same thing of placing down a shaft. We have one shaft already there. We'll grab our mechanical belts, and we'll officially connect this guy like so. So now that we've done that, it'll actually pull our chocolate out, place it into our basin, and get outputted into this andesite funnel. So let's begin with powering now. So what we're going to do, this chest that's filled with coal, we have 2 chests. We're going to go basically to the left of the chest, up 1 block, and then over 1 block, and place down our water bucket. We're going to grab our water wheel. We're going to place him down, make sure he's facing the correct way with our spokes, just like so. We're going to place down 2 shafts, grab a cogwheel, and place down 1, 2, and then go up. Try not to set that filter as a cogwheel, so we'll go up now, like so. And there we go. We now have our press connected. We have our water wheels connected, and we have this belt moving. All right, so our next section that we're going to power is going to be a little bit unique. So we have this belt right here that we don't want to forget about. So we're going to grab a gearbox. We're going to place them down here. So this is next to our mechanical belt. We're going to grab a shaft. Place him down here if I can actually place him correctly. Like that. And we're going to grab our cogwheels. Place 1, 2, 3, and let's go up 4. We're going to grab a vertical gearbox, like so. Place it off of this guy, and then we'll grab a cogwheel and place that on top of here. So now this is going to power this mechanical belt. It's also going to power this mixer, and it's also going to power that little belt underneath. So one other thing we need to do is place 2 cogwheels off of this belt, so it will power this mechanical pump right here, so we don't forget about that guy. And then over here, we're going to do a little bit of a trick because we do have power on this mechanical belt. So we're going to place a shaft off of 2 blocks away from the basin. We're going to place the shaft down here. We're going to place a gearbox. Then we're going to place 2 cogwheels like so. So now it's powering our deployer. We'll now place a shaft inside of this mechanical belt. And now we have our cocoa beans and our sugar both moving into the basin. And we have our power also now powering our deployer. All right, so now that that side is completely powered, we've gone over to this area where we're going to make some water wheels. Now, if you're building this exactly identical to what we're doing, our item drain's right here. We've gone out 3 blocks, built a wall, and then this is where our source block of water is going to end up going. So we're going to first place down our rotational speed controller. So we're going to go over down basically where we can output our power, place down our rotational speed controller, set it to 32 with your scroll wheel. Grab our large cogwheel and place that inside of here. And we'll also grab a shaft for now and place it right here, just so the water does not flow out. Now we'll head on up. We're going to grab our water buckets, place down 1, place down 2, and place down 3. We'll grab our water wheels, and we are going to place them so that they're all facing clockwise. So now we have our power generating like so. So we're going to place down one more shaft, and we will place down a gearbox like that. Now that we've done that, let's head over to where our encased fan is so we can get this guy powered up. We're going to place down a vertical gearbox right there. Grab cogwheels, we'll place down 3, and then 3 like this. And what that has done is it now is powering this mechanical belt. It's powering this mechanical belt. It's powering this chute. It's also sent our power across to power this mechanical pump, power the mixer, and it is also now powering our belt here to make our blaze burner continue to be on fire. So a lot just got powered all at once. One quick thing we're going to do is we're going to actually toss some buckets right onto our mechanical belt here. And this will allow us to have milk start getting generated. So you can see our buckets are being sent up to this conveyor belt. So now we just have to power this side. So what we're going to do is place down 2 shafts, place down a vertical gearbox, and then we are going to, let's climb on up, make this a little easier for ourselves. We're going to place down 1, 2, 3 shafts, a vertical gearbox, and then 1, 2, 3 cogwheels. And now that is powering this mechanical belt, it's powering this deployer, and it's sent our power all the way up. So now, if we go ahead and walk over here, we should see that all of our ingredients are going into here. Our milk's getting placed into the basin, the item drain. Our sugar, our cocoa beans are going in, and all of it is getting processed into this mixer, which once it ends up mixing, should send it right into our mechanical press, turn into a chocolate bar, and get placed into our chest. So now that this machine is up and running, the only thing you would have to keep in stock is this chest and just throw coal, wood, anything along those lines, and this will auto-create chocolate for us. Now, I know that this was a long video. I know that this was a lot going on and probably one of the more advanced machines I've done on the channel. So if you have any issues at all, please hop in my Discord. I ran into a million issues while I was designing this machine originally, so I'm there to help you. Other than that, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to like, subscribe, anything along those lines. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support. And yeah, I will see you guys all in the next one.